Welcome back to the Curvaceous Bounty of Sin City on VegasAllNightRadio.com, the final frontier of free speech, where we can talk about whatever the fuck we want unless it's going to get us into trouble.
Well, dun dun dun.
Dun, dun,
And we'll
dun.
think twice.
We have guest number 2 on the line, and since I don't know shit about him, I'm going to have Kelly, or I'm going to have Toxie introduce him.
What? All right, we have Tony on the line. Tony, are you there? And how about now? And now? Tony?
I don't know. Hold on. Try that.
Tony?
Yes.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. All right. This is Toxie. I was just saying we have Tony here on the line. And Tony, you're a BHM model, right?
Correct.
All right. Excellent. For those who don't know, big BHM, the male equivalent of a BBW, big handsome male. And I'm going to show your Facebook page again so you could see just how handsome Tony is.
Oh, thank you.
Tony, how did you get into model? Now, you're a BHM model, and
Correct.
do you do modeling for specific events, specific companies? Is it something you're just getting into? Give us a little bit of background on that.
Well, it's something I'm getting into. I haven't had too much work yet. I have had a lot of work with Molly Rocks Productions. It's an online publication. She does several different magazines. I've been featured in several of those. I was also featured in a Dark Goddess production, another online publication. Outside of the online work, I haven't had too much yet, but they've been helping me out a lot and helping me to get started, helping me to learn more about the business and what it is I need to do to conduct myself in a more professional and appealing manner. So that's really huge help.
Professional and appealing. I saw some steampunk photos. Do you have a specific theme, or do you do all different types of photos?
I've done several different kinds of shoots. My first one was like a Highland theme shoot. I've done a biker theme shoot, cowboy, steampunk. I did one in a suit in like a cigar shop here in Columbus.
Have you done any nudes?
That's what we want to know.
I did do one, yes. It didn't go over too well. They've all been deleted and destroyed. But hopefully there'll be more in the future.
What?
I just don't think I'm quite at the popularity level yet where that's going to be a thing just yet. So
Why were your naked ones destroyed? Who would destroy naked photos of anyone?
I did.
That's terrible.
I think it more so came down to a confidence issue. I've never really liked how I look naked. It is something I'm working on. So I think once I get more to the point where I'm more comfortable with that, then they'll be a much higher quality, and I think that'll come across in the shoot, and they'll be more well received. So it's something in the works. It's something I need to work on personally.
But it's something you're open to if you, or as you progress throughout your modeling career. Nude photos are something you're open to.
Yes.
Okay.
Everybody likes nakeds.
Hey, I didn't like seeing myself the first time I videoed myself having sex. I was like totally like grossed out by it. I'm like, oh, I gotta delete that.
Yeah, so you have to remember, Sierra here in studio. Sierra videotapes it so she could watch herself masturbating.
I do. I enjoy watching myself masturbate.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge anybody for what they're into. You know, whatever's your thing is your thing. I judge nobody.
Excellent. Well, now, do you have, in order to get these shoots that you have done, do you have an agent, or do you publicize yourself? How does that work for you?
I'm currently publicizing myself. My girlfriend has actually been doing my shoots for me.
Okay.
She's a very good photographer. I don't have an agent yet. There's not a lot of agencies here in Columbus that are, to be fair, and I guess to be blunt, very legit. in the sense that they're not trying to scam you one way or another. So that's been a front I've been fighting on, trying to find a legitimate and upstanding agency here in Columbus that is looking for larger male models. So that's another front and another fight that I'm trying to win. But yeah, it's an uphill fight.
Now
But I'm going to keep going.
you're there in Ohio. Are you
Correct.
part of, and is there a heavy BBW community there? And are you active in that community?
I was for a while. I haven't been for a very long time. But there was a community here, a BBW community I was very active with for a while. And I have since just kind of stepped away from it. A lot of it just became really catty, and really, like, a lot of the people were just really two-faced and fighting amongst each other, and just, to be blunt, being really childish. And I distanced myself from a lot of that.
Have you thought about maybe starting your own meetup or group?
I have. It is something I've been thinking about doing. It really comes down to, like, the logistics of it, like where we would meet, what days of the week we would meet, because I work overnight hours. So that makes it kind of hard for me to organize that kind of thing. But it's something I have been working on. It's right now more in the planning stage than the action stage, but hopefully that'll be something that'll get done in the future.
Now, I know within a lot of our BBW events, we're here in Las Vegas, and so we have a lot of different types of groups, a lot of different events that cater not only to the BBW, but the BHM. There's actually separate groups here specifically for, BHMs, and a lot of them do things such as
Picnics.
picnics, but they have a lot of runway shows
Mm-hmm.
and clothing events along those lines where modeling is definitely a part of it. Is that something in your community that's an option there to kind of help promote yourself?
I would love for that to be something that happens here in Columbus a lot. I would love for that. But a lot of the desire and the want for the bigger men here in Columbus comes from the gay community. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing. But it's not a lot for the modeling and for the professional side of it. It's more for, like, the social side of it, like the dating. So it's not really a huge thing here in Columbus, the larger males in modeling. But hopefully, when I start getting more out there, getting more popular, getting more well known, I'm hoping that's something I can get started. Because there's a lot of bigger guys here in Columbus. A lot of them I'm really good friends with, and a lot of them aren't that bad looking. And I really feel like I would have a shot at that if it became a thing here in Columbus. So I'm really hoping I can get something like that going.
So I have a question for you. If you're looking to get out and network and socialize, have you thought about coming out to some of the larger events that we have out here, the week-long bashes and stuff like that?
Oh, God, I would love to. I see the ads and the invites for those things all the time, and it makes me so sad that I can't make it out there. And that just really comes down to money for travel. But I've started making more money here really recently, so hopefully I'll be able to start making it out to things like that, which would be amazing because I see them so often, and I get so sad when I see them. I'm like, I can't go. Like, I really get disappointed.
I think it would be a great networking outlet for you.
I think so too.
And it just so happens that this year, the convention following ours, well-rounded, is the Hairy Bear Convention. And I didn't know if that's the direction you were going with when you mentioned that the bigger men modeling and stuff is more on the gay man side. So.
There's a lot of bear love here in Columbus for sure.
Yeah.
Like the bear community is like a whole huge, just a sub-culture and a sub-community here itself in Columbus.
Yeah, so this year, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's not something I knew before I moved here. My roommates were telling me about it. They're like, dude, the bear community would love you here. And I was like, what's a bear? And they explained it to me. I went, oh, God, yeah, I guess I do fit in that little category. All right.
Tony, do you, when you date, I know you mentioned your girlfriend, but do you prefer, and one of our friends in chat asked if you prefer bigger or smaller women, and if you find the women who are attracted to you, do you find that they're bigger or smaller? So is your following, I know you have a large male following, but as far as the female following, are they, bigger, smaller? What do you find?
Well, I mean, I find they tend to run the gamut a lot on, size, race. I guess I do notice that it does tend to be definitely amongst the female community much more with the BBWs that tend to follow me and tend to like my page and comment on the pictures and like the different shoots. And I find that to be true here in Columbus too. A lot of the women that have been attracted to me or have approached me have been larger women. Me personally, I guess if it comes down to just the physicality, I definitely tend to go for a bigger woman. But there's really a lot more that plays into that. Like my current girlfriend, she's really not a very big woman at all. But she really clicks really well with me. So I guess when it comes to me looking for a woman, I mean, yes, physicality plays into it, for sure. But most of it definitely comes down to personality, how they carry themselves, how they behave. So personality definitely plays a bigger part in it than the size and shape of their body for me, personally.
Do you have any suggestions for other big, handsome men out there who would like to get into big, handsome modeling? Is there, a step they need to take or a bit of advice you'd like to give them before they start on the journey?
The best piece of advice I can give, and I know this is going to sound really cliche and really stupid, is stop caring what other people think. I mean, I think Cat Williams said it best when he said a hater's going to hate. That's their job. They're going to hate. So let them hate. Don't even care what they say. Just water off a duck's back. Just do your thing and have fun with it. Because whenever I'm doing a shoot, I have so much fun. I have such a blast. And you can't worry about what the other people are going to say and how they're going to try and bring you down, because if that's what you're worried about, you're not going to get far. You have to ignore them and just do your own thing. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the people that are telling you, oh, you can't do this, or, oh, this looks terrible. Don't pay attention to them. Just do what you want to do and have fun with it. If you're having fun and you're happy with it, that is all that matters. Now, I mean, to hell with anybody else, for real.
Now, Tony, eventually is your goal more so to model for, let's just say, a clothing company or runway model, or eventually, I know a lot of the BBW models that we know, they do like clips for sale. They do a little bit more of an adult style modeling. Which direction do you more so see yourself in?
I mean, this is going to, again, sound kind of stupid, sound like a bit of a cop-out answer. I kind of see myself as like a jack of all trades. I want to be able to fit into any mold that is needed. I want to be able to adjust, and I want to be able to adapt. If they need a guy to do a runway show, I want to be, oh, yeah, he can do that. If they need a guy to do clothing modeling for a magazine, oh, he can do that. He's great at that. I want to be that guy that can adjust and adapt. As far as the adult modeling, I don't see myself getting too far in that. I'm not exactly, how do I put this? I'm not gifted in that sense.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean, and crossing the Pacific in a dinghy is a damn good time.
Be that as it may, hon, it takes a long time to get to England in a rowboat.
But you know what? I'd rather have a nice, long, enjoyable trip than a short one that I didn't remember.
True that.
Touche. It really comes down to which one is going to feel best for me, which one is going to feel like that project that I get comfortable in, and that I really feel like I can run with and really have fun.
So
I mean, yeah, it would be great to make a lot of money, but at the same time, if I'm not having fun, then I don't want to do it.
So
because that's what it started out as. It was some way for me to have fun and boost confidence.
So if a porn producer approached you and said, "You're the perfect big guy, I need you in my next video," would you, and it wasn't going to be something that's going to make you, disparage you in your body style, would you do it?
I mean, that would be something I would have to discuss with my girlfriend. But I think in the long run, if we talked about it and everybody was okay with it, then I probably would. I have a pretty high sex drive. I'm a very sexual person. So, yeah, I think if we talked about it and everybody wound up being okay with it and everything was discussed, that's something I would probably do.
Do you know, one of our friends in chat here asked if you know how long BHMs have been modeling, and do you find it's kind of a growing sector there of the industry, or is it more of a new thing that's a little bit perceived as like a fad or a fetish?
Well, I could definitely see the fetish side of it. It is definitely a fairly new thing. Like, the term BHM really hasn't gotten much farther than, like, social media, like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whatever you have. I definitely see a lot of potential for growth. Because there's a lot of bigger men that are in the public eye that are seen as really attractive. Guys like Jack Black, Ron Perlman,
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen, exactly. There's a lot of bigger guys that are seen as attractive that are in the public eye. And I think with that, and if we can get enough guys that have the drive and have the tenacity to keep going with it, I see a lot of potential for growth. And I can really see it getting big in the mainstream if guys like me and guys like a lot of other people I know are just willing to step forward, ball to the wall, and just go and try and push it forward.
I'd like to see a balls to the wall photo shoot.
Me too.
Did I warn you what type of show this is, Tony? You said the key balls to the wall. You said the key words here.
Yeah, we're going to sexually harass you. Just for the rest of this interview.
I pushed the harassment button.
Now, someone in chat said big men always appear smaller compared to the rest of our magnificent bodies. So,
yeah, that's true.
He was sharing that, yeah.
Your fupa kind of takes over. It hides all of your lovely bits. Most big guys I know are growers, not showers.
Well, that unfortunately is a fact. And that actually just has to do with body fat content, your body mass index. Whereas if you have your average porn star, let's say he's average body mass index, and we'll say he's about 8 or 9 inches. You could take, a guy like me, and we'll say 8 or 9 inches, but it's not going to look that way because of the extra body fat and the extra body mass. So it's an optical illusion, is what it comes down to. A lot of it, and I think why the larger men have such a problem in the adult industry is the aesthetic pleasingness of it. Because I'll tell you flat out, my girlfriend has never had a complaint. Never at all. Like, I'm telling you, her sex drive is insane to the point where I have a hard time keeping up sometimes.
Hallelujah for her.
So it's definitely more about the aesthetic look of it, whereas, you got a guy with, the flat body and the rock hard abs and, a 9-inch, dick swinging back and forth. That's more aesthetically pleasing to most people than a guy that is my build, which is fine. It's something I can understand and totally wrap my head around. But in the end, it all comes down to performance. Just because you have, a 10-inch dick doesn't mean you know what you're doing with it.
And it doesn't mean you know how to eat pussy either.
Right.
Exactly. And I mean, come on, fat kids, we eat all the time.
So, you're trying to say big boys lick it better?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Absolutely.
We need a shirt that says that.
Big boys lick it better. I like it.
We do. We absolutely do. We will go that extra mile. We will put in the overtime.
You play in the overtime. That's awesome. So we have a question that we ask all of our male guests, and that question is, do you have a name for your penis?
I do, actually.
And that would be?
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir?
Mjolnir, named after Thor's mighty hammer.
I was going to say, wow. At least it's not after his ravenous wolf.
I don't even know what you're all talking about, but like Sierra's eyes lit up.
I know.
She's like, I know exactly what he's talking about.
That hammer could beat the shit out of anybody.
Long story short,
it's a big silver hammer.
Long story short, it's a huge hammer. Long story short, I have some piercings, genital piercings, and they've made it a little bit heftier. They've given it a bit more weight and a lot more metal. So I figured it was the perfect name for.
So a mushroom stamp might actually leave an indentation from you then.
Believe it or not, it has chipped a tooth, so it's dangerous.
Your penis is dangerous.
It is chipped a tooth.
Should come with a warning.
Classic.
Tattoo it on there.
To be fair, I did warn her. She simply didn't listen.
Whoa.
But at least it's protection from being bitten, right?
Absolutely.
A little nibbling's never hurt anybody.
I know, but we've heard some, full-on bite stories.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no, that's not good.
No.
We don't talk about mutilating penises here.
I do not.
It's a very tragic thing when I hear that happening.
Yes.
Yeah, I do not approve of this message.
Nor do we.
Well, then we are in agreement. Well done.
Do you have a website going yet, or do you just have your Facebook page?
I have my Facebook page. I have a Twitter page. A website is something I am working on. Unfortunately, I'm kind of stupid when it comes to building and managing a website. Molly Rocks, again, she's been helping me with a lot of the work I've been doing. She is also going to help me to put a website together.
Do you have
that will be a huge help, I'm sure, in networking, getting myself out there as having a website.
Yes, it is.
So that is something that is in the works. Not yet done, but it is something definitely in the works.
Well, definitely, I posted out your Facebook fan page, but definitely reach out to us when you have your website, and I'll be sure to share that with our listeners as well, so they can go on and check things out. And are there any other ways to reach you as far as, do you have Twitter?
I do have a Twitter.
And that?
Yeah. It's, oh man. It's
you don't have to give it if you don't want to.
No, I'm just trying to remember it because I haven't touched it in a while. I don't
touch it.
I don't really tweet. I don't do that. But no, it's Big Bad Modeling minus the G, so it's Big Bad Modeling on Twitter is what that is.
Nice.
All right, excellent.
All right,
nice. Well, if you ever come to Vegas, we'll have to have you personally in studio and do some photos with you. We promise not to sexually harass you too much.
I do not promise that. You're going to need to bring a permission slip from your girlfriend.
That would actually be amazing. Like, I know I've said this during the setup for this, but I'm really, I feel really honored to even be on a radio show talking about this. Like, I never, when I started this, never thought it would go this far. I never thought I would be up to almost 800 fans on my page. I never thought I would be on a radio show. Like, I never dreamed it would go this far. So this is amazing. And my mind is just, my mind was blown when you guys were like, hey, you want to be on the show? I was like, wait, what?
I'm a little clump thinking about it.
I might have water come out of my eyes.
No, I'm honored and absolutely flattered to be on the show. This is amazing for me.
Well, thank you.
We do hope you make it out here.
Yes.
We do hope you make it in studio. And Glitz may not sexually harass you, but the rest of us, it's almost a given.
No.
So.
Oh man, I might have to bring some mace.
No, bring your girlfriend. We'll harass her too.
Oh yeah.
We don't discriminate.
Oh, Lord.
We don't discriminate.
We don't discriminate.
Actually, Glitz likes to make out with the female guests. So.
I do.
Well, there you go.
Win-win for everybody.
I think I'm going to make out with our next guest too.
Right, I have. So
Oh, bloody hell.
Thank you so much for being on. We're
Yes, thank
really
you.
looking forward to seeing you on a Casual Male XL ad soon.
Oh yeah, no. Thank you so much for having me. Like I said, this was really just a huge honor. This was great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good night and happy
Good night.
Easter.
Oh, you too, lady. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.
He was great. And he's adorable. All right, we're going to go to break. When we come back, we're going to have a porn star, right?
Yeah, is she? Yeah.
Yeah.
But now he got me all like
Not just
juicy
any. We're
talking
gonna-
about licking
Right.
pussy.
Well, now you've got a porn star coming in. I'm sure she does that.
Summer.
We have Southern Summer coming in, who is
Southern Summer.
the porn wife to our guest last week, Donald.
Donald Trump.
So,
Donald Trump, all right.
I have some questions I need to ask her that Donald made me.
All right. Well, we will be right back after these messages from our friends. Stick around to hear the porn star.